It's Monday, October 4th, and it's a late night for me to be recording. Actually, no, I think I've recorded later than this before. We are smack dab in Mercury retrograde. Instagram was actually off today, and Facebook. I was like logging on and like, what's going on? So I don't really watch the news anymore. So yeah, definitely Mercury retrograde. And I also had a good acquaintance of mine who his entire city lost power. So yeah, some of the Mercury retrograde stuff, I am a believer. I mean, this stuff doesn't happen under any other transits really. And Mercury controls all of those things. It controls the internet, it controls travel, it controls transportation, vehicles, emails, social media, all that good stuff. So we are going to do a read tonight for the week of October 5th through next Monday, which I believe is the 9th. The 10th? No, not the 9th or the 10th, because Thursday is the 7th, Friday's the 8th, Saturday's the 9th, Sunday's the 10th, so the 11th, yeah, so through the 10th, so October 10th, so October 4th through October 10th, okay. Alrighty, so we are using the Crow Tarot still. I'm doing a shuffle here, off screen. Let me do a knock. Let's knock out the previous energy. Even though this deck has been dedicated to our collective reading. So the Crow Tarot is for us, the collective, those who are watching this weekly read and who are meant to see this particular weekly read. This deck has been consecrated for that. So I'm going to knock out the energy. Before I knocked it out, while I'm doing my pre-shuffle, the Hermit card popped out. So we'll talk about that in a little bit later, okay? We'll talk about the Hermit card. But let's do a little knock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just to clear the energy. We're going to do a prayer. Thank you, Spirit. We call upon you, Holy Spirit, to give us some advice for the week, for those who are watching the weekly read for advice and correspondences, and also for those who are coming across this channel or looking for advice. Please give us guidance for this week from the cards, angels, ancient ancestors, spirit guides. We ask for direction for this week. Okay, what popped out? Okay, so we had the Hermit card pop out earlier, and now we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles and we have the Hermit card. So this week we are focusing on ourselves. We are in our own energy. The Hermit card is about taking time to yourself, like the hermit crab, being alone with your own thoughts, alone with your own feelings, to gain enlightenment. The hermit is usually holding a lantern, representing the light, representing our inner light, and connecting with our inner light to gain insights and to know thyself and to reflect. And this is a good time to do that because it is Mercury retrograde. It can be very frustrating, even from, all aspects of Mercury retrograde, just traveling, the amount of accidents that are happening, even when you're keeping a low profile, just watching all the stuff around is very frustrating. So it's a good time to self-reflect, to journal, to pray, to dig into your spiritual practice, meditate, do some yoga, whatever spiritual practice you have. Those who are more intellectual, maybe watch more documentaries. Just a time to introspect. So the hermit energy is picking up the collective energy, and it is the advice to work with that hermit energy. And then the Nine of Pentacles is about your independence. Also a single card about, just focusing on you and enjoying the fruits of your labor. Okay, so the things that you have accomplished so far, pat yourself on the back and enjoy yourself. Treat yourself. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. It could be a special coffee. It could be a manicure. It could be, for the fellas, it could be, a new beard oil or a new lotion, or, treat yourself to something, because to celebrate how hard you have worked to get where you are, because you do deserve to enjoy the pleasures of life, to enjoy the pinnacles that you've built up so far. It may not seem like a lot, but when you really look in comparison to the past, and you look into the comparison to, there are always those less fortunate even than you, no matter who's watching this particular video. So the advice for this week is definitely to, take time to yourself, take stock, do some inner work, and treat yourself, recognize what you've built up, and appreciate your own independence. This is not a week for codependency. This is a week to really tune into your own strengths, tune into believing in yourself and your self-reliance, and thinking about where you want to go with your life purpose, your life journey, what it is that you want out of life, and not giving into the emotion of it, exploring the emotions, but not giving into the emotions of it. Because sometimes, I know I can be very moody and emotional. I have to catch myself from giving into the emotion and balancing it out with logic, but sometimes that is a task for some of us. But that's where, for me, I do journaling. And if it's not journaling, then there are meditations that I listen to that give me insights when I listen to them. So now we're going to go into the Archangel Michael. We're going to ask Archangel Michael for some advice for us for this week, for October 5th through October 4th through October 10th. Okay. Archangel Michael, we call upon you for advice for the collective for this week. What should we be mindful of this week? For those of the collective watching this video, for those who will be watching, what should we be mindful of this week as we deal with our energy? Let me knock the deck. All right. And see what advice we have for us this week with the collective. What should we be mindful of this week, Archangel Michael? Oh, something almost popped out. What? Wasn't meant. Okay. Yeah. All right. So another good thing to do for this week, while we're in hermit mode and while we are in independence mode and, self-reliance and self-belief, Archangel Michael's advice for us is energy healing work. Look into energy healing work. And your girl is a Reiki practitioner, so you can hit me up. Well, Instagram was down today, so if the stars align and you'd like to receive a Reiki treatment from me, hit me up on Instagram at Allison's Cookie on Instagram, and we can coordinate a distance Reiki healing, or we can set up a meeting if you're local to the South Florida area, Coral Springs, Margate, Coconut Creek, that area, Deerfield. We can also do a meetup for a Reiki treatment. So hit me up on Instagram at Allison's Cookie, or you could, and it's under my logo, Hope and Cookies. That's my business brand. But there are also some great Reiki treatments on YouTube. There are a lot of people, and I'm going to upload one. That's something that I have on my to-do list. I'm going to do a Reiki affirmations recording for healing. I've been working on a list of affirmations for healing that I want to upload to my channel for those who are looking for something to listen to help with their affirmations, mantras. These are going to be mantras. These are going to be affirmations along with Reiki symbols that I will be doing to help with healing for the collective. That should be up after the retrograde. So I hope to have that up before the end of October. And I'm still working on my angel cards reading, but energy healing work is what Archangel Michael's advice is for us today. The prayer is, thank you, Michael, for sending healing energy to me and through me, for my own blessings and for all those around me. Thank you for connecting me to loving and high integrity healers and teachers of energy healing modalities. So if you are meant to be connected to me as a healer, then that will happen. And I pray that that does happen. And if there are other healers that you feel led to, then I pray that that does happen as well. But allow Michael, your archangels, your guides to lead you to whoever you're meant to have as a healer, because it is important to have that work. And it's important for me as a healer because when I'm healing, it also heals me as well. So I also have this book going along the lines of doing my Bibliomancy for the collective. I'm going to pull a prayer from Iyanla Vanzant's book, Get Over It. I don't know if anybody's read this. I actually just got this book. It's a used book. And I was like, wow, this is great. I've been wanting this book. I've read several of her other books. Some are better than others. But, again, she's fantastic. She's amazing. So many deep insights. And so I'm going to pull a prayer from this book as well for us, for the collective. So feel free to replay this prayer because this prayer is for all of us for this week. She has some wonderful prayers in this book in the back. First, she outlines the different type of anxieties that you could be dealing with. She does eye movement. There's just a lot of great things in here. And I'm hoping to go through this with the collective as well. Because I'm going to start recording book snippets too. Do like an online book club. Anyway. All right. So I'm going to pull a prayer from the back for us for this week as well. All right. So Bibliomancy. Let's pull a prayer for us for the collective. Spirit, ancient ancestors, guides, and angels. Help us with a prayer for this week that we can all benefit from and use and utilize and think about throughout the week. Okay, the prayer. All right, so this is a prayer and an affirmation to neutralize, heal, and eliminate sadness and sorrow. So there may be times throughout this week during our introspective time, during our hermit mode, and during our time of independence, that we may experience some sadness and some sorrow. I mean, if you've lived any period of time, no matter who you are, you've experienced some type of sadness and sorrow in life because life has challenges, and that's a part of growth. You can't grow and be wise without experiencing some kind of sadness or sorrow. So the prayer is this. Blessed Divine Holy Spirit, I acknowledge you as my source and my strength, knowing that only your presence can erase the sadness in my heart. I accept you as my joy and my peace, knowing that with your compassion, the sorrow I feel will be lifted. I am aware that you, the source of my healing, will lead me back to wholeness, faithfully trusting the power of your loving presence. I ask to be healed and lifted out of the sadness that has overtaken me. I place the concerns of my heart in your care today. I place the heaviness of my heart in the care of your love today. I place all my anxiety and worry about my life in your light today. I ask that you surround me with courage, infill me with comfort, and give me the peace of mind that will lift the burden of my sadness from my heart. I surrender my mind to you. I surrender my heart to you. I ask for the power of your strength and wisdom to support me as I move through this temporary experience called sadness. I am so grateful that I can lean on you to assist me. I am so grateful that I can depend on you to do as I ask. I am so grateful to know that you love me. I am so grateful for your presence, Holy Spirit, which will carry me to a new awareness and a new experience. For you, Holy Spirit, I am eternally grateful. I rest in thee, and so it is. Ashe. Affirmation. I have found and reclaimed my joy in the presence of the Holy Spirit. I have found and reclaimed my joy in the presence of the Holy Spirit. Beautiful, beautiful prayer. And I do love the Holy Spirit. He or she, the Holy Spirit is such a comforter. I mean, where would any of us be without the comfort and the strength that comes from Source, the Holy Spirit? So that's a beautiful, beautiful prayer to reflect upon this week for all of us who are watching this video right now. So thank you so much for tuning in. For those who have tuned in for this week, whoever has been led to watch the reading for this week, I hope that you have a wonderful week. I'm sending you lots of love and healing energy. Feel free to also check out my website, www.hopeandcookies.com. I have some great cookies on there. I'm getting ready to run a special on Instagram, though, for the fall cookies. You know, I got to do my pumpkin spice cookies. And I'm working on an apple pecan cookie that's going to be like pecan pie filling, but with apples and pecans. So look, my mouth is watering. So I'm working on that. Those are only going to be available for order through Instagram, though. I want to donate 30% of all sales to breast cancer research this month because October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So we also have a new moon coming up this week. So October 6th, which is Wednesday, is a new moon in Libra. So you have the sun in Libra, the moon in Libra, and Mercury is retrograde in Libra. So Libra is the star of this week. And we can take the beauty and harmony from Libra as we try to balance out these energies this week. A new moon is a good time to think about what is the new energy we want to bring because we're closing out a cycle. So as we're spiraling down to Wednesday, we're closing out the cycles from before. And hopefully whatever lessons we were learning from September, and now we're officially entering a new moon cycle. And it's a good time to write down what is the new energy you want to bring into this cycle, this moon cycle. Like for instance, you know, you may say, I want more balance. I want more harmony. I want more joy, like the prayer we just had. So we can ask Holy Spirit under this new moon, under the energy of the moon, for more joy in our life, more joy in our heart, something that we carry in our heart. Because happiness comes and goes, but joy is something that is deep. It's something that is in your soul. It's something that's in your heart. So, you know, things like that. You can write down things you want more of for this new cycle, because it's a new cycle. And it's a good time to start something new, but we're in Mercury retrograde, so maybe not so much start something new, but maybe on a personal level, you know, like write down, you know, start a new journal or start a new, I keep saying journal because I journal, but, you know, start a new series of yoga exercises, or maybe a new documentary would be good to watch, stuff like that, you know. So anyway, closing out, wishing everyone lots of love, lots of wisdom and healing, growth and transcendence. And thank you for tuning in. See you next week.